Hey guys, welcome to another edition, and I'd like to think a packed edition of Homebrew Wednesday.
Oh, what became of the likely lad? What became of the dreams we had? Oh, what became of forever? Oh, what became of forever? We'll never know.
Last time we spoke, I think I had no beer. We've had a number of things happen since then. I've been brewing quite hard. I'll go through that in a bit more detail. And then we had bushfires, and we've been evacuated, and there's some footage of that as well at the end of this video. So it's been sort of exciting, traumatic, fun times, and I'm here today to tell you all about it. So what's been happening? Well, since I think I last spoke, I had no beer on tap. I'd used all my reserves and was down into buying bottled beer, which I don't mind because I've discovered the new bottle shop, which some of you may have seen on the tasting moments. And so I've been trying some different beers, particularly American craft beers, and different types of beers that I wouldn't normally drink or had never really thought I'd liked in the past. So that's had its benefits, but I finally got on the tap. This one here, I think this was that Cooper's kit that I got through the mail order from Cooper's Direct. It's beautiful. I don't know if you can see there, you just see my finger through there. Nice, perfectly clear. This is the Calypso Hours, or I can't remember what they called it, but it's the Mexican Cerveza with some Calypso hop additions. And I must say, for a nice easy sessional drink, this has come out about 5.2, 5.3%. As a sessional drink, this is absolutely stunning on a hot sunny day. Not a great amount of hops, just enough bitterness, and you just get a little bit of that tropical fruit come through from the Calypso hops, so really is nice. I did go back through the past episodes. I did put the recipe on that edition at the end of that episode, or under the notes on YouTube. So if you guys want to try it out, please have a go. Nice and cheap to brew, sitting in the keg, and obviously, as you know, I filter my beers, so it's sort of why I get that nice bright beer. But yeah, no, I'm really pleased with how that one turned out, especially for a kit beer. Normally, when I've had Coopers in the past, it's always been a little bit, as I term, sort of very home brewery. There's that slight little aftertaste that traditionally non-home brewers come to think of when you mention homebrew. But no, this is a really, really nice beer. And I'm really, if you want something quick and easy to do and simple, give it a try. So that's on tap. I've got the Harry's Greenwich Royale, that's on tap, and it's an acquired taste. It probably isn't. It's ended up becoming a bit of a sour beer. It was obviously something's contaminated the beer. It's drinkable once you acquire the taste, but it isn't a fantastic beer. So what else have I got? I made the wheat beer kit. So I pulled 15 litres of that one off, and that's now sitting in the keg in my fridge, waiting for it to get a free tap, and that'll go on keg. And then I've got the watermelon. I've just decanted added some watermelon to it, and left that in the fermenter for another week or so, about 10 days. And that's now, I was going to transfer that straight to the bottle, but there's quite a bit of debris, as you can imagine, from the watermelon pulp. So I've now got that in the secondary, and I'm hoping some of that pulp will actually settle down. But I can see me probably running that through either a filter or through probably a bit of gauze, just to sort of take the big lumps out. But flavour-wise, it was a slight difference to the wheat beer, which again was a kit beer, and all I added there was wheat malt extract to that, just to get the alcohol level there. No others as the adjunct, and no other hops or anything else. And that's actually come out quite nice. Plenty of clove flavours there. It's a nice colour, a nice sort of golden colour. Not too dissimilar to this, maybe slightly darker than this. But the watermelon tasted slightly different. Obviously didn't have enough watermelon in there. I may try that again. We'll see how we go. It was just an experiment. I drew 5 litres off for that. That will go straight into bottles, and the other one will go on tap. So I've got that. Done a all grain porterhouse. That was a small batch, just to see whether I liked it. That's now currently sitting. I think that's still in the primary, but that one needs to be decanted into the. Tell you why, that is in the secondary. I've decanted that into the secondary, but that was a little bit. At this stage, is a little bit bitter. That hot bitterness is sort of still coming through, and it's not. Sorry, I'm being pestered by flies here. That's why you see my hands waving around. The porterhouse was a $silver porterhouse, a recipe that I got off of Beer Smith Recipes. That's a small batch, 10 litres, all grain. Came out well. I'm still also on my all grain for some reason still getting some sort of grain type taste, and I'm not sure whether that's. I've got my own theories. I thought I was over sparging before. I'm certainly checking that, and I'm not actually getting anywhere close to the 101 on the specific gravity. So I'm thinking that possibly there's a little bit of grain that's sort of getting through and not filtering it out, or doing my first run-ins well enough. And maybe I think I'm getting some grain in there, and that's actually whilst that goes in the boil, that's then adding to that flavour of the grain. So that's on the porterhouse. But the porterhouse is going to go straight, into bottles. Never going to go on tap. It's purely for bottles, and I'm hoping over like the 3 months or so that I mature that taste will diminish a little bit. It's not strong. I just notice it, and I'm not sure as well whether I'm actually looking for that taste and therefore I'm finding it, or whether it's actually there quite strongly. So, but we'll see how we go. And that brings me up to probably what I've done most recently. So, one of the things that I've done when I found this bottle shop, and I was buying beer, and I see a bottle of Rasputin by, I think it's at the North Coast craft brewery over in the States. And I bought that and I thought, oh look, I'll give it a go. I don't really like stouts, and if I'm honest, I can't recall ever really having stouts. I just think of stout and Guinness, and never really was a fan of that. So I thought, I've always said, look, I don't really like stout. But I've seen this on several reviews. I think I've seen Clements review it. I think Tony Rapino's probably reviewed it. So I thought, oh look, I'll give it a go. Got nothing else to lose, got nothing on tap, I'll give it a try. And I must say, I was just went on this incredible journey of flavour, of coffee, of chocolate, of caramel, and the mouthfeel, and the sweetness, the bitterness. And it was just like literally there was a party in my mouth. It was just fantastic. So I had that, and then I went on. So I've tried that one. So I went back another week, and I thought, oh, what I'll give. I think it was. You'd have to forget my pronunciation. It was from the Sierra Nevada, and it's Noel, I think it was called. And again, that just took me transcended me to another level yet again. So, cut a long story short, I've suddenly become quite addicted to stouts, and I've bought a few, and they're not on. There won't be review videos of these because I've just bought them to consume, and I may go back to review them later on Thursday's tasting moment, because I'm toying with the idea of maybe doing a series of different stouts. But anyway, I've sort of become addicted to stouts. So I thought, oh look, I'll give them a go and brew some. So that's what I done last weekend. I went on this journey, went and bought my grain, and done an all grain stout. Let's take a look. Here we are. It's brew day. I'm just heating up my sparge water there. as I told you before, I've now gone electric, so that's certainly making it a little bit easier for me. So I sit that here outside, electric there, as you can see, and a bit of an accident with the mash tun, and hopefully it doesn't affect my efficiency too much. But there's plenty of Imperial Stout wort sitting all over my patio at the moment. So thanks to Beer Smith that. And I should have known better. B. Smith told me to put 32 litres in, then I should have known better that 32 litres and 11 kilos of grain wasn't going to fit in a 38. So, live and learn. So that's where we're at the moment. I'm just about to clean some kegs out, enjoying some, but brew days fully in effect. So I've finished my mash. That's the spent grain. We're going to save some of that and make dog biscuits with that one for them up there taking it easy. So it's great. We've got the wort is now on, ready to get boiled, and look at that, looks like beautiful espresso coffee. So a little bit down on volume, but as you could see, we spilt a little bit of that wort in the mash tun as I was trying to mash, so that will account for some of it, and obviously the efficiency is probably a little bit down. I need to correct that on Beer Smith. But I got about just over 26 litres out, and spot on my pre-boil specific gravity. So we're just boiling that down, waiting for that to come to boil, and then we'll get this brew underway. So we're now at 80 degrees. So wait to get that up, and yeah, we'll keep going. So brew's currently boiling away, or the wort's currently boiling away outside. So while that's happening, just thought I would transfer. This is the wheat beer that I spoke about. I've got that one there is the general wheat beer. This here is the where I added the watermelon. If I'm honest, hasn't really made too much difference. It's a slightly different colour, but taste-wise, it's very little. So I guess there that probably didn't have enough melon in there. But as you can imagine, there's quite a bit of debris floating around in there now from the melon. So I'm just transferring this one into the keg. That's going to go and sit in the fridge ready for when I have a spare tap. And then while that's happening, I'm just going to clear this fermenter to sit into that will go into a clean secondary, just to try and get as much of that debris out. So there's the wort boiling away there. That's the hot bag. That's had the 60-minute and the 30-minute addition of Chinook bittering hops. So it's a nice rolling boil there. Just coming up for the last 15 minutes of which will be the Cascade. Steam up this, right? Be the Cascade flavouring at 15 minutes, and then 5-minute Cascade for aroma hops. So I'm just about, as I'm coming up for the 15 minutes, just going to wander down here. And we're going to clean the wort chiller off. So I'll see you shortly, guys. This is my first big beer that I've ever done. It's a Russian Imperial Stout. It's estimated at this moment in time to be around about 9.5–10%. So I've never done anything that big. I think the biggest I've ever done is probably around about the 6% mark. So be interesting to see how that comes out. But at the moment it's looking good. Hey guys, that's all for me now. I'm giving you up to date. Sorry it's been such a long time. Some of you have probably been pleased with the rest. Shout out to all you guys. Happy Homebrew Wednesday. Brew a beer. I'll leave you without panic from the fires. Cheers guys. Catch you soon.